What up, world?
Hey
So,
guys.
we got a little experience from the last video of Australia with a lady talking about her experience. So now we're heading into eight culture shocks. So I
like
think I don't know if
these.
this is
I
a
like
person
these.
same thing same. I think this might be American that's over there and seeing the culture shocks over there. So we like these because it's you never know what it is. It be the simplest things to the like craziest things.
Yeah.
You know that's a culture shock. So before we dive in, if you are new, make sure you hit that subscribe, like, notification bell.
All that good
The
stuff.
links are in the channels down below if you can't get enough of us. Let's dive in.
Right, let's give this a go. So you've heard about the deadly animals,
Oh, we is different.
scorching sun,
Why is that
impossible isolation. What was the other one? And sausage and bread. And you're still thinking that you want to come to the land down under? Then prepare yourself for these weird Australian culture shocks.
Okay, I
G'day
like
guys,
this.
my name's Ross, and I moved with my family to Australia during a global pandemic. Now I love living in Australia, but when we first moved over here, it was a little bit weird.
Wait a minute. He got an accent.
He's probably been there long enough.
He went there and Did it take that long? Like a couple years, and I can talk like this?
Oh my gosh.
So you're telling me if I move next to 2066 by 2030, I'm gonna sound like him?
I don't know, because he probably was from there.
That's what I'm saying. He gonna have to clarify that because I thought he was already there because I'm like he got an accent. So I better sound like that in 2030 if I move to Australia.
Now, to stop things being so weird for you when you make the move, these are our top 8 culture shocks when moving to Australia. Australians love their sport, but unless you're from Australia, sometimes the sport is a little bit strange. For example, football isn't football. And I'm not really talking about soccer, or am I? It really freaks me out to say the word soccer. For me, I know what football is. And for Australians, they also know what football is. But when you move to Australia, just resign yourself to the fact that you're now probably going to follow the minority sport. And also need a special subscription just to be able to watch it. Football in Australia can mean many things. Football for me means soccer, but football in Queensland means rugby league. And if you come from one of the southern states like Victoria or South Australia, then football can mean AFL. And I still don't understand how that game works.
That is insane.
There's different types. See, I've never known that, and I just learn something new every day.
To know you in different parts, one word football.
So if I say you want to go watch football, what football are we talking
Right.
about? Like which
what,
one?
what are we talking about?
What
Rugby,
teams?
AFL?
Yeah.
I've heard about the AFL, but I never watched it though. I know about rugby. Watch some rugby. Over
Rugby is crazy.
But I want to learn. You can still have a beer at an AFL game, right? But if you come from the UK like me and you still want to watch your beloved
Okay, that's
football,
accent.
then you're going to have to become a social hermit bound to the wee hours of the night just to watch your darling Premier League. If you don't like it, then take up one of the other many forms of football. And if you're American, well, they also kind of play baseball and stuff too, but probably not your form of football. It'd be like too hot in all the pads and stuff. Or imagine getting a spider in your helmet. Ooh. The second shock that we had coming from the antisocial rest of the world is the fact that in Australia, people are actually friendly to you. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, people are friendly in other parts of the world. But Australians are kind of like this weird level of friendly. People greet you on the street. Neighbours come up to your house and welcome you to the neighbourhood.
Oh my
People
gosh.
actually offer you help. Now, for me,
I think
That
they
is a-
only have it in movies
I know.
or
I never had a
shows. You
neighbor
know,
come
Lifetime.
offer. We didn't get nothing to the neighborhood.
They looked at us like, who the heck are they?
Right, new people in.
Yeah.
me being the antisocial hermit that I am watching my Premier League, people being friendly to me was a little bit weird and it just took a little bit of getting used to. But when it happens to you in Australia, it really does make you realise how nice the world can be. Now, hey, you're going to think to yourself, people around the world are nice, and lots of them are. And you normally notice it when you're on holiday. Maybe it's the weather that makes people happier. Because I can tell you that the dreary darkness of winter kind of makes people the opposite. To be honest, this is one of the best culture shocks of Australia. Calling all social recluses out there. If you move to Australia, it's going to make you a better person. No one wants your social awkwardness or unfriendly banter. Australians are genuinely friendly, unless they don't like you. But there's no beating around the bush. It's only straight. Now, coming from the northern hemisphere on the other side of the world, having a cold Christmas becomes a rite of passage. But here, cold Christmases? Welcome to the heat, my friend.
What?
Christmas in summer. It's hot. Really hot.
What?
That would be
I
weird.
never knew that. Yeah, that's weird. I think it's one of those like we have to travel out.
That would throw me off.
That's
Hot
weird.
Christmas. I can't even imagine it.
I like the cold sometimes though.
But Christmas time is snowy. Could you imagine watching movies? Imagine their
But
children.
Who put that?
Because a lot of places are colder around that time.
But who-
I
what makes
imagine,
Christmas
but imagine
cold?
being a kid in Australia. You watching all these cold nice
Movies,
snowy
yep.
movies, and then yours
Hot.
hot.
Santa got some swimming trunks on.
That's crazy. I don't know if I can do. See, we live in a hot place. For those who don't know, we live in a very hot town.
But when it's winter,
It's cold.
it's freezing.
But I'm trying to imagine our summer in a Christmas.
Oh,
summer.
I'm not celebrating.
I'm not even putting up
I'm
lights,
tired.
nothing. I'm not even putting up nothing. Like, we
It's
not
too
doing
hot.
nothing.
No.
Christmas gonna be just miserable. AC built through the roof.
So imagine
Around
that all year
Christmas?
round Christmas? Oh,
No, I'm
heck
cool.
no.
If you don't have aircon, you're gonna struggle. It's not dark. You and your family aren't just confined to one room, watching each other open presents you probably didn't even want. Wishing that the TV was on so that you wouldn't have to make awkward conversation with family members who you hardly ever see apart from the festive time. Wondering to yourself, is it too early to start drinking yet? The fact is that with Christmas in Australia, you get to take all of the good bits of Christmas, like presents, and spending time with family that you actually want to spend time with. And then add all the good things of summer, like going to the beach,
Yeah.
spending time in the pool, having a
That's
barbecue
different.
in the
That's
sunshine.
different.
Don't hang on to your old traditions of Christmas, like your roast turkey with all of the trimmings. I mean, do hang on to them, but don't whinge that you're doing it in the heat. Have a barbecue instead. Savour the
that's
wonder that is a
different.
potato bake. Why did we not have these in England? Or if we
What's a
did, I never
potato
had
bake?
one. They're gorgeous. Make new traditions and embrace the fact that Christmas in summer is now your new life. Now,
You know,
That
when you
is
break it down
weird,
like
but then,
that,
yeah.
barbecue, that's my stuff. Now, barbecuing for Christmas is something different.
But do you do everything on time? Like you wait till the night to open gifts and stuff, or is that changed
Yeah,
too?
they might change that culture, but I can barbecue for Christmas. I can get down with the cause. At the pool now, think about it, barbecuing, open some gifts. That's a fun Christmas.
Yeah, but I love
But
the
hot,
lights.
yeah, the hot.
It's still hot. But if you have a pool, it's different.
It's still hot.
coming from cosmopolitan Europe, I was kind of used to this next one because people on the continent sometimes like to have a siesta. But at least they opened up the shops and stuff again. Now, I know that this can catch out the average Brit visiting Marbella for the first time and wondering why in the middle of the day all the shops are shut. But in Australia, it goes to another extreme and shops just shut early. Want to get a coffee after 4 p.m? Yeah, nah. Don't be crazy. Why would you need that much caffeine in your system at night? It's going to go dark in a couple of hours. Want a takeaway after 9 p.m. on a Friday? Well, you better live in the city centre. Ain't no one going to work after 9 p.m. in the burbs. You crazy? Unless you're in the major cities, things in Australia are rarely 24 hours. People have a life. They don't want to
Right.
sit there waiting in a restaurant or a shop for your convenience. Don't be so selfish. Why aren't things so convenient? Well, it turns out people don't actually want to work all the time. And you need to respect that. Get a bit more organised. Enjoy a night in. Realise that
I
that
like
thing you
that.
think you need, you probably don't need right now. I'm sorry that the shop's shut early, but if you don't have that thing you want right now, is the world going to end? Probably not.
wait
And
till
if it was that
tomorrow.
important, you wouldn't have
You should've
forgotten
got
it,
it
right?
earlier.
And this culture shock extends into the next one. And it's the work culture. And weirdly enough,
Here we
most
go.
Australians don't like to work. I mean, they do. They do like to work. That's a massively
hours.
sweeping statement. But fortunately for people who live here, we don't live to work. Working to live is an incredibly
You know
emancipating
what?
feeling. What's the point in going to work all day to earn money to then not have the time to spend it? I don't want to live a life like that, do you? Especially when you have
money
all of
you
this
can't spend.
fantastic weather and beautiful scenery to spend it in. Except when it's
beautiful.
a La Nina year. Like, the scenery's still there, but the weather's still a bit crap, and it has been for the last 2 years. Fortunately for most Australians, this laissez-faire attitude to work extends to lots of different industries. If you're sick of the daily grind in your job, then come to Australia, and you can do the same thing but not work as hard. Wouldn't we all want to just do that?
Yes, I do.
But
Where do I
is the pay
sign up?
different? I wonder what the pay is.
I mean, they probably still living their life. What's the pay now?
That's
Over
true.
here, where we at?
You make all this money, you can't even enjoy it because you're constantly working.
Why does all these other places function like this and we just can't figure it out? I can't take it no more. I can't. I need to just go. I'm just gonna just do it. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna sell everything and just do it. I don't care if I gotta live in a hut. I am going. I am out of here.
Oh, let's go back to the video.
But sometimes this incredibly laid-back nature can lend itself to some slightly weird / potentially unsafe habits. Barefoot in public? That one takes a little bit of getting used to. Especially
Barefoot
living
in
up
public.
here in the sunshine state of Queensland, seeing people go barefoot in your local Coles can be pretty much a daily occurrence. Lots of people do it, especially children. It's like they've got an allergy to shoes or thongs. Just put some thongs on, mate. Protect yourself. Now, for us
Thongs.
foreigners who are used to wearing shoes anyway just to keep our toes warm, seeing people go barefoot in public and it's not the beach or a swimming pool can be a little bit weird. But actually, rather than criticising or wondering if they've got asbestos in the soles of their feet, don't criticise.
Right.
Join them. Everyone talks about that feeling where you can spread your toes in the sand and how liberating it can be. Well, just go barefoot in public, mate. You get that feeling all the time. Except when it's the middle of summer and you step on that black tarmac. Maybe put your thongs on then. Now, if you thought going barefoot in public was rather informal or slightly offensive, then wait until the average Australian speaks to you. Don't get me wrong, most of them are educated, eloquent individuals. But the average Aussie does love a swear. They even do it on the radio. The first time I heard on the radio in the morning, I was wondering if my driving was okay or if someone was shouting at me in traffic. No, it was the person on the radio. I've even heard them drop the odd which can be wholly confusing to some of the people watching this that don't even know what is. They can say on the radio, yet I'm cursey enough to bleep on my videos. What a beautiful country we live in. Now don't get me wrong, they don't go for the hardcore stuff like or bugger. Wait, bugger isn't really that bad, is it? Oh, I've buggered this up. But most Australians will drop the C-bomb at you as a term of endearment. How's it going? I know that for lots of people when they watch Game of Thrones, dropping the C-bomb was a big taboo. And if you don't like that word, sorry, Australia might not be for you. Because in Australia, lots of people like to swear and everyone's so you better get used to it. I don't think I've ever used that many bleeps in a video before. I really hope I bleeped all of those out. Now the last one is something that's awesome, but also one of my little pet peeves. In Australia, they have some of the best containers for sauce in those little foldy things that just squeeze out perfectly. What an invention! But in Australia, if you want the privilege of sauce, you have to pay for it. Want some tomato sauce,
we here
mate?
in America,
Yeah, that could be
okay.
15 cents, please.
Ours is
Or
50.
30 cents if you want two. Because
Or
they're
a dollar.
like really small packets. Now don't get me wrong, not everywhere does charge for sauce. Thank the Lord. But lots of places do. And it's pretty common practice. If you're like my wife that just loves to slather everything in tomato ketchup, then not only calling it ketchup is going to be weird in Australia, because it's tomato sauce, as I've been told many times when I get that confusing look asking
We
for
get some of that
ketchup.
tomato
But like
sauce.
going to America and having to pay for something and then add on the sales tax, if you want sauce, you're going to have to pay a little bit more. But the good thing is we don't have to tip, because everyone gets a fair wage.
He
Okay.
gave some good insight.
We pay for sauces here too. Like
Yeah,
for a
that-
little thing of ranch is like 50 cents.
They
or
charge for
$1.
everything.
Yeah, so
Every
that's
sauce.
that's.
Every
I
sauce.
mean, I can understand it, but
Just put the
for
sauce
like
in the
the
bag.
pack that he had of ketchup, those are free.
Yeah. But now they're trying to
But-
count, like, oh, if you get more than 4, I got to charge you
Yeah,
extra.
like
Throw the sauce in the bag. Throw the sauce in the bag.
But this is actually good. This is crazy.
These places are so
I wasn't
beautiful.
shocked about the whole swearing thing. I feel like that's one thing I do know from watching stuff about
Yeah.
them. But
The
those
UK be
places,
cussing a lot.
the way that he was looking at those 3 ones at the end, those are so nice.
Those
but
places, they're very
I
beautiful where they
know,
live.
I know.
Or they live a very beautiful life.
I know. We need to stop because we sound so bitter. So stop.
It ain't bitter, it's the truth. And you know what?
We're thankful and
We,
grateful.
you know what? You know what I'm going to say over here? You know how people be saying they woke? You know, we woke to their lifestyle. Just woke. I woke up and got to see beauty.
But we're still grateful and thankful. In this
I'm not saying I ain't
circumstance.
grateful. If they want to kick me out of America and let me go over there, then fine. Kick me out. Nobody's asking you to do it.
No.
If you want to just
No.
take me over there, then fine.
No. Anyway,
Send me
let
to
us
the
know what
UK,
you guys
Australia,
thought about
or
it down below in
Germany.
the comment section. Don't
Nah.
forget to subscribe. Let's get this channel up.
I wouldn't even be
Hit
mad.
that like button. Until next time.
Please don't come threaten me with a good time. Please, y'all.